UDA MP Hon Kagombe has raised concerns over what he describes as moments of arrogance and political tension during the recent broad-based government retreat in Naivasha.
Yani, do you know unajua madharau? Unajua madharau? Yani someone showing you, yani you people go. Yani just go away.
According to Kagombe, the problems became apparent when leaders from ODM appeared to openly push their political interests during the meeting. He claims that one of the moments that stood out came when Homa Bay Women Representative Bensouda, an ODM member, began praying and said, "Father, when we want the deputy president seat, please help us."
Of course, you know these people have come from the holding room together. Wamekuja wameshikana mkono. So this is a choreographed. By the way, let me tell you, Naivasha, mimi nilijua kimeumana maombi ya kufungua. After the national anthem, Bensouda akaombesha. Yani maombi, yani ilifanywa maombi. Maombi ndo, yani ni agenda ilieko kwa maombi. Mtu anaomba anasema, wewe Mungu, tunakuomba wakati tunakuja kuchukua hii kiti ya deputy president, utusaidie. Kwa maombi.
Kagombe says that statement raised questions about the political intentions behind the retreat, especially as leaders were expected to focus on government business and the broader interests of the country.
Bro, wale watu walitufanyia madharau bwana. Bwana walitufanyia madharau.
He also questioned why political declarations were allegedly not made by senior party leaders such as President William Ruto or Oburu Oginga.
Party leader ODM, Oburu Oginga, and the deputy president, Professor Kindiki. Na mtu anakuambia tu live. Nani anakuambia? There is no even decorum of the president breaking the news or even the party leader. Yani wanakupatia Simba Arati. Yani Simba Arati ndio anaambiwa wewe kuja useme.
To Kagombe, this was another indication that political interests were taking center stage. He further claims that the entire retreat appeared to be conducted in a hurry, with leaders allegedly rushing through the program so that the Mount Kenya leaders could leave.
You know that meeting, we did not last in that hall for an hour. Everything was executed very fast so that it becomes distasteful for us so that we leave. And we did.
And according to him, the atmosphere created an uncomfortable impression among some leaders from the Mount Kenya region.
Kosa, sio kosa. Kosa ni kurudia kosa. Na sisi, huyo mtu ametufanyia hiyo kitu. Tumesoma. We have learnt our lesson.
Kagombe says the events left him with the feeling that Mount Kenya leaders were not truly wanted.
Now, I've always heard of politics of use and dump. I did not know what that meant. I have just experienced it. Unajua vile tumesemana na hiyo serikali. We didn't think that this guy could be so insincere. There are some things mtu anakuambia with a straight eye, anakuangalia kwa macho hivi bwana. You wouldn't think that they could be lying. You wouldn't think that a guy had planned, choreographed the whole script. I was thinking about it. When there were Gen Z protests, if you think about it, we have had ODM protests before. But in 2024, there were no Gen Zs. There were no ODM. ODM was not in the streets. Baba was not in the streets. It was Gen Zs. It was a different movement. Have you ever asked yourself how that was quelled or what William did with that? He saw a chance to bring his former pals from 2007. Think about it. Everyone that he brought are his pals who he was in ODM with. The people they formed ODM with. So when he brought Buddy. So when he brought Wandai. So when he brought Joho. That's when he brought Oparanya. Alirudisha tu. He was looking for an opportunity ya kuonesha Wakikuyu, nyinyi watu wajinga sana, watu wa mlima, kwendeni huko, hii serikali tunafanya na wale watu wa. And he called them experts to show us that we are fools. and the other people are educated, we are not. If you think about it, this script, these guys crafted this script in 2012. And now I believe what Uhuru Kenyatta was telling us. Wachaneni na Umutu, this man is dangerous. Uhuru had been with this person for 10 years. He knew this guy is dangerous. He had sat with him for 10 years. He knew this man is a dangerous man. That man is the one who fought BBI. He duped us to fight against BBI. And you know BBI, you know what, now we know what BBI meant. And we now know what Uhuru meant when he brought BBI. This guy fought even the constitution that we have today in 2010. Yani mimi sijui umutu, lakini umutu ni kama, I think the guy must be on some, there must be something that he uses. How can you dupe 7 million people? And they vote for you and you're a bad man. You know, yani when I think about, when I remember singing talk, kirate, you know, I feel like crying. Can you imagine? We woke up early to vote for that guy, man. Yani he's made sure that nothing. I feel for some people, bwana, like my guy from Gatundu North. Yani mtu amekupatia hope, amekuja kwako mara kadhaa, yani lakini ni uongo tu. And the guy comes, tells your people. Like now, he came to Monyuini, he said he would give them a bus. In 2023. A bus! He lied. And that guy, when he finishes talking to you, that story is done. You saw, akifika pale kwa mlango, amesahau hiyo maneno. He doesn't say anything that he means, and he doesn't mean anything that he says. So, it's just a very sad...
few mheshimiwa walked out in Naivasha.
I don't know the exact number, but practically, you know, whether you like it or, you know, there are some things. You know, it's you know, kuna kitu ikisemwa, it doesn't matter where you stand is. Unachoka tu, unasikia hata hiyo mkutano. You have no taste for it. You don't even want, you have no mental probity to listen to anything else that is going to be said in that room. So the guys who walked out, we were practically all of us, you know, unfortunately, we were not seated in order of our spaces, so it was random sitting. But anyway, everyone from our side, from the mountain, left. We sat outside. You know, you're so disoriented. You feel so disoriented in space and time. You don't know why you're here. You don't know whether you should go back to Nairobi. People just sat outside there in the grass, just very disillusioned. And I can tell you, our people are just sitting there waiting and counting their losses and saying, okay. Everyone is just looking for, you know, people are processing. You know, we process information differently. So everyone who was in that room is processing that information and wondering why one would be so abrupt with you. You know, yani usi hata unaonesha mtu dalili kidogo. You tell them, you know, kidogo. Yeah, this guy just went straight and told us, you guys go. You know, it's very sad.
And how was Kindiki's reaction in all this?
I think, if you ask me, I think Professor Kindiki has resigned to his fate and probably decided to just stay on until he retires. And he's a man I respect, but I also understand what he's going through. What do you do when you know you're in a house that you're not wanted? It's being in a house with your husband, and your husband brings another wife, and now you know he's not even looking at you, he's not even talking to you. Even his posture when he sits facing the new wife. And you just know you're not wanted. And you probably have nowhere else to go. You don't have a house, so you sit.
So much more after all this, where is your next stop in the one-term movement?
First of all, as the people's representative of Gatundu South, I had from the people of Gatundu South. And they spoke very loud and said they no longer now want to be associated with William Ruto. But I bought time to, first of all, satisfy myself that actually it is the right decision to make. And I've had many meetings in the last 1 year with our people. And the more I talk to them, the clearer it becomes to me that they do not want any association with this government. And that time came. And now I saw my people have been right all this time. They've been right. And voters cannot be wrong. Voters can't be wrong. You can't go to the voters and tell them, when they voted for William Ruto, they were right. When they want to vote, it cannot be that when they voted for him, they were right, and when they want to vote for someone else, they are wrong. No, they are still right, even in 2027. When they vote for whoever else that they will vote for, they will be right. And therefore, I cannot go against the people of Gatundu South, because that would be going against Chapter 8 of the Constitution. My work is to represent them. My work is to say what they want said, not what I want said. It is what they want said. And that is what they want said. What they want to hear me saying one term. That's what they want to hear. And that is what must be said. But I must also confess that I think voters are very intelligent. People look at voters and think they're fools. Voters are very intelligent. How they decoded this man and knew that he was of this character that early, that defeats me. There must be a lot of wisdom in the voters. And you cannot lie to these people for long. Because I can tell you, our people saw this insincerity a long time ago.
So the people are telling you to go where?
The people saw this. Well, I'm telling you, I also saw, but I gave this guy a benefit of doubt. The benefit of doubt. Let's see, maybe serikali kuna shida. We came under this thing. We are not in the executive. So when you come with people and you elect at the same time together in the same bandwagon, you go to parliament and they go to the executive. When someone tells you in the executive tulipata empty coffers, you believe them. So you sympathize with the government. Okay, we were elected together. We share. You're empathetic with them. You're like, we are going through. You sympathize with them, and it will be like, we are going through what you're going. We will go and explain to the people. Kumbe, this guy is duping us. Wewe mwendeni mwambia watu hakuna pesa ya kujenga barabara nini. But zile projects anataka zifanywe, hizo zinafanyika, pesa inapatikana somehow. But the ones that he told you to go and tell your people, hawezi patikana pesa. So you were like, okay, we've been duped. It's 4 years of lies. And you're like, at least this last one, let's go and tell the people the truth.
So your next stop, DCP, leader Mwananchi, or where?
I'll listen to my people, and I'll go and listen to them, and they will tell me where they want us to go. Yeah.
So you have to decide on that.
Well, it will not take long before I make a declaration. Also, you do not want, it's good to be courteous. I do not have a party of my own. So even if I were to move to another party, to be courteous, to first talk to the owners of the party before announcing on TV that you're going to a certain place. So I would think it would be courteous of me to first reach out to the other side and hear what they have to say. One thing that I agree with them is that this government must go home. For Kenya to develop, this government must go home. And wherever it takes, wherever it will be, at least we'll be moving in the same direction with the opposition.
From where you sit, Mheshimiwa, who do you see the president picking as his running mate now that Kindiki's goose is cooked?
But I don't care. I've not even thought about it. It's fish to fry. Chague mtu mwenye anataka. Whatever he wants.
Does UDA stand a chance in 2027 in the mountain, given how things are?
I just didn't say that the meeting of Monday ilikuwa mazishi ya UDA. We buried that party. That is the truth. UDA cannot get the 5,000 votes they got in Olkalau. They can't even get 1% of that. It's a dead party. It's done and dusted. Here, hakuna. Hakuna, zero. Can't get 1 vote. Forget a seat. 1 vote they can't get.